Hey, traders. Welcome to episode 1118. Where Bitcoin just dumping, man. Alright, it's not just Bitcoin, dude. It's like literally everything is dumping except like Nike and Western Digital and, you know, US dollar certain pairs, right? Like those are all pumping and everything else is just awful, man. Like across the board. Tech, energy, retail. Doesn't matter, man. It's all dumping. And it's September. This is what September brings. You know, if you watch the stream, hello, it's like we talked about, hey man, September is by far the worst month for stocks historically and Bitcoin. Crypto, yeah. So I don't even know is that surprising? Really? We're getting late into the month. I mean, we got a week left. We'll see if it keeps going until October. And then October is normally the capitulation month. So, yeah, man, just nearing that 10,078 area, that 9950 area, which is critical support from May 7th and also from 2018. Got to go way back. Right here. The week of April 30th, 2018. I don't know. I'm just going live early, man, because there's some price action kind of. Currently, Bitcoin on the daily is bearishly engulfing until we got 3 hours till the daily close. So yeah, sure, it could just bamboozle and do something else, but just covering some price action because we're getting some. All right, dude, forget it, man. Forget it. Like, Bitcoin's only down 2.67%. That's rather mild compared to everything else. Where Ethereum's now like down almost 6%. Right? What a joke. What a joke, right? Hey, the idea of a harmonic, but was there an edge? Nope, no edge with a harmonic is useless, right? Just like maybe something showing divergence, but if it's not showing a pattern or anything, it might be useless. It might not be good enough for a trade, right? So, yeah, dude, long way down. I mean, what is it really holding on to right now? There's not much of anything on Ethereum that's holding. Like, you'd think eventually 288. You got to go to the weekly to see it. Look what's going on the weekly. Weekly is a big bearish engulfing candle right now on Ethereum. Right, big bearish engulfing candle breaking critical support resistance from history going all the way back to 2017, man. So you think 288 to 275 is, I don't know, you got 312 right here, 310. The high from the week of June 17, 2019. Money printer got jammed up, Christopher. Yep, it happens, man. Normally this is the month, I guess, where it would. It's been too good. I mean, the moves up have just been too great this year. Since the COVID recovery, there's been so much opportunity, and now it's just, yeah, I mean, like the like tech and the S&P 500, or NASDAQ, it just all got ahead of itself, and pullback just, I don't know, man. This is how it goes. So some technical damage being done. Your next stop is 310 again, 307. We've seen it once. You're probably about to see it again. It's not that weird. And then after that, again, 275. If you don't hold 275, well, I don't know. You got 245, not a very big one. But after that will be 191, so okay. Only after breaking above 366 and eventually hitting the next resistance that made sense, which is 487 that was plotted, right, back from the week of July 2nd, 2018. So since then, from the highest point to now, Ethereum is currently down about 35% from its high, so don't FOMO. FOMO is bad, right? Even when you break out, FOMO can be real bad without confirmation. So I guess the good news is, I mean, your previous swing low on the weekly is $119, $120. So, okay. So, you know, man, this is not even... Look, I mean, good news, I kind of is eventually maybe at 288, maybe at 250, you'd show some bullish divergence on the MACD on the daily. But so far, the weekly showing a bearish engulfing, and so is the daily. All right, let's move over to what's really going on. You know, U.S. dollar killing it, dude. Beautiful breakout, triple bottom, partial decline on the descending broadening wedge, and you're just on your way to the 50% retrace in the 618. Not really crazy. I mean, this has been here long before the breakout. These targets have been here because it's what we know about Fibonacci from our major previous high to the lowest point. Common retrace 50%. Common retrace 618. The golden zone is here between $94 and $95.48. It happens, Larry. This is what happens. But man, how awesome is the partial decline, right? Really helped us kind of see what might have been going on next, right? And it was really cool too. I mean, how the DXY broke out and even back tested what was once resistance 4 times, or you know, it was created 2 times and then it broke out and it back tested it, bullish engulfing Marabazoo, and just been nice fall through since. So that's kind of it. Wow. That has been affecting everything where you go to the S&P 500, which a big bearish engulfing candle on the daily today. The S&P, yeah, maybe you're still showing that potential wedge or something on the 4 hour. You're still in it. I mean, eventually you're going to see 32.12, 32.13. That's looking left. January 3rd, 2020. January 31st, 2020. June 10th, 2020. July 24th, 2020. That's support resistance, man. That's the next one. And the 200 moving average is right around there too. So I think we're at a 10% drawdown now. So we're in like correction territory. I think, let's see, from the high point to the low point. Yes, we are. We're in 10% pullback. So that's correction. So we gotta, and I think are we even positive on the year now for the S&P? Let's see, where were we? January 1st. So January 2nd on the market open. Yeah, we're below, right? 32.46 right now. So we're back to being negative on the year. Only by a few dollars, but it's real. It's there. I'm just pointing it out. That's it. So if you don't hold 32.13, well, that's when things get kind of bad. Where the next kind of major supports for the S&P are going to be around like 3,025. Can y'all hear me? Is the audio good? I didn't even ask. I don't know, man. Did I just do all this analysis and no one heard me? Ninja Girl's still at work, so audio's good. Audio's blood, yeah, pretty much, man. So bearish engulfing candle today on the daily. The weekly, here's your weekly right here. You've had no negative momentum since May 11th, and it could just like double toppy, right? So yeah, I mean, really on the weekly, you can kind of see that 32.13, which is good. So we know, hope maybe you could bounce off that, but man, below that is nothing. There's nothing till 3,022. So the bearish divergence was very real. This was brought up. Same thing on the QQQ. I think even the Dow Jones. Well, the Dow Jones never made higher highs. It only made like an 88, 90% retrace from its previous all-time high. So, dude, that's never something to ignore. And a lot of people didn't ignore it. So this is what happens, Larry. All right, so let's look at Dow Jones, NASDAQ, all that. So there's a lot of support for the Dow Jones, as you can see, looking left, January 2018. April 2019, right? June of 2020. Big bearish engulfing candle though, man, on the Dow Jones, down like nearly 2%. And at some point maybe you could say hidden bullish average, but not yet, man. It's dumping, dude. It's dumping. It's not a good month for stocks at all, to be long anyway. Or there might be some good opportunity for shorts. Well, there was. I mean, at least on one or two, showing like, almost looks identical to Dow Jones, or the Dow Jones, like the head and shoulders type stuff. DJI. So, you haven't broken that up sloping support yet, but 200-day moving average, you might test that soon, which is 26,261. Fall below that, man, you might be in trouble. But I just don't know how it's, you can't be surprised by any of this. This is all we've been talking about, man, is the election's coming up, and each day we get closer to it, the more weird things are going to get on the markets, at least maybe for downside. So let's look at something that popped today, and it wasn't the US dollar, it was the volatility index, the VIX. It was up in the end 6.4%. What a pop. Minor pullback, but yeah, it's just holding above this 24.9 area. It's above 26.2, right? I mean, all this support resistance, it held it. I mean, it's almost like inverse head and shoulder stuff going on, right? We got a left shoulder ahead, kind of, and now you're getting that right shoulder. So volatility is making higher lows now. Yeah, Nikola, just get wrecked, dude. Just completely obliterated. But I mean, any battery, electronic, car company today just shafted. Yeah, man, like you can see things that even before the dump today, it's like there were just some altcoins that looked okay. Maybe like in a utopian world where they don't, they aren't owned by Bitcoin, They could have been something, at least for educational purposes. It is, in fact, what you do look for sometimes. I mean, just because it's there and I post it doesn't mean like, hey, the conditions are good. Remember, like the bears have the momentum. The momentum shifted. What was it, about a little over a month ago? Momo shifted. You're on the other side of the fence now. So you ever get above 30, man, that's when bots start going into trader mode. And you could see some of that volatility today. QQQ, oh man. Took a loss there. Just as I saw it break below 269 and close with a bearish engulfing candle. I'm just like, nope. I'll take the loss, and it's not very strong, man. It could, I still own the QQQ in my retirement and my IRA, 401k, SEP, but for the trade position, just different, man. This isn't really what you want to see. This is pretty weak, showing really strong bullish divergence. And the last time we saw any kind of classic bullish divergence on the Qs was all the way back. You had to go to freaking March, man, and you're just getting no bids. And this was it, man. Like, below this, there's no support until 251, and that's like a new one. That's like a manufactured support. It's really like 252, and you correlated at it. So there's plenty of downside potential on the Qs. All right, and below that you got 237, which goes back to February 19th this year. So the sell-off continues. You're back below that spine of the dragon. It's not good, man. It's just not what you want to see. You look, when you break back above critical resistance, you got to get some follow through. We inversed that. We got no follow through. Okay, it's down 3% today. Really, really bad day. The NASDAQ composite, which is like all of it, not just tech. Same thing, man. Almost identical stuff, right? Divergence. Heck, man, I guess you could get triple MACD bullish divergence at the 200 moving average at 10,345. That would be really interesting. Don't know if it would play out, but at the 200 moving average, there's, just below it is another support, right, from July 14th and July 23rd. So you just gotta be cognizant that, like, this is a really, really nice looking channel, a really conservative channel with anchor points on the top and just one on the bottom, and you're out of it. Now, you even back tested it as resistance and you're still out of it. And on the NASDAQ, man, I mean, you know what happened, right? We never even back tested, did we? Hard to say if we actually broke out and then back tested. You could argue, I guess, June 29th we did that before running higher, but man, you could always come back if things get bad enough. At February 18th, 2020, previous all-time high before China virus, you come to back test that. So yeah, I mean, like, the argument for hidden bullish divergence maybe could have been there, but look, the negative moment just keeps building. He keeps selling off. It's not good, man. Like, look, bearish engulfing candle across all markets today. Those are not good, and you're out of any structure. Whether it was the channel that I plotted, right? You saw that, or yeah, right here, a little bit of diverging price action, all up sloping. Kind of brilliant how perfect it was, right? When you had it anchored like this, it went up just to touch it one time. It gave you a hanging man, inverted hammer, or it was a hammer, but it's really the hanging man. So reversal pattern. And now we're out. So don't be surprised. Remember, September always sucks. Like, historically, almost every single year it's bad. But October, that is the year of the crash. That is the year where things really fall apart. And then November is, right, with a country that is more divided than it's been since 1860. You got that going on. So I just don't know how you could be, like, surprised the DXY is pumping. People are scared, man. People are freaked out. People don't want to lose the gains, the tendies they made this year, because there have been just almost unlimited opportunities for that. So people are just trying to hold on to that, right? So S&P, Dow Jones, NASDAQ, Qs, Bitcoin, Ethereum, DXY. All right, now let's go to gold that got killed. And what got killed worse than gold? Its little brother. Gold, man. You just can't be surprised. It's just not surprising for now. I mean, with the US dollar is just inverse correlating to this, it makes so much sense. Consecutive levels of distribution, unable to break supply lines, just hugging previous all-time highs from 2011, 2012. It's just not crazy. And eventually gold's gonna, could very well go down to see 1817. It's holding on to this one low, this one wick from August 12th, when it was just crazy, just bounced off the 200 moving average and rallied, just reaction rally, right? Reflexive. So we'll see it 1817 at least at some point. Let's go to the daily, see, was there anything looking left, anything else? I don't think so. This is 2011 right here. So no, there's like nothing until like $1,800, man, on gold. You're in no man's land now. Go for gold. But come on, man, right? Remember, there were so many opportunities on the way down or on the way up, and now it's like a move like this, and it's not natural. It's the same analysis I gave yesterday. It's just not. It moves up like this, and you get vulnerability impulses that can usher in complete reversals to downside, and that's happening right now. You're on the other side of the fence on gold, just like crypto. Okay, so you know that's gold, but here's where things really hits got taken. The silver, man. Silver right now is down almost 7% after painting. Whether you want to call it a descending triangle or in the end a head and shoulders pattern, it was perfect. It was really strong head and shoulders because that right shoulder was lower than your left shoulder, and that's just showing there is even less demand, right? I mean, that's kind of what you want, like on inverse head and shoulders too. Like you can get a high or low than your left shoulder. Man, those are stronger head and shoulder patterns. Okay, so get rid of these Fibonacci's. I don't know how we even fib here. It's so weird. I don't know. I guess we could, to get fib extensions, maybe the structure. We would Fibonacci the structure itself, just from like the neckline to the head. If you do that, you're well below the 1618. There's a 2618 down at 2147, which is the support resistance. We've broken, I think, some pretty critical areas today. Somewhat, right? I mean, like that's not really that strong, and then this one's not going to be strong either. So, yeah, $21 would be probably your next target where you are. Look, man, twig and thatch. But it was a crypto style rally that has come to an end with multiple bearish patterns, right? So the 2618 marks the spot, 2147 silver. Extremely oversold right now on the 4 hour. I'm not sure if it's the daily. Was it? Oh, it's about to be. Well, I just got oversold today, 28.59. Well, back in March it got down to 12. My God. Dude, I don't like this song. It's terrible. Oh, natural gas, man, was looking great, dude. We'll just shift to that. I mean, really, natural gas. I posted a chart on it. Inverse head and shoulders. What is it? UNG. That's beautiful, dude. Freaking beautiful. Oh, on the daily, though, like, this is what you want. This is okay. Little education, maybe, right, for you. When we're talking about inverse head and shoulders, you know, you have that right shoulder that lines up with the left shoulder. That's good, but what you really want to see on inverse head and shoulders, on the daily at least, is hidden bullish divergence, which is exactly what you've got going on UNG, where you make a low on price and a higher low with higher levels of negative momentum. Impending price action continuation, the upside. Yeah, you do got to get above the 200-day moving average every time we test it. You know, we dump. Well, last time we did, I mean, we haven't even before August 27th touching it. We had not even seen it since November of 2019. So if you, I mean, I think that 1422 is the neckline, and if you break that, I mean, the 100% measure move here is 1963. It's up 8% today. Wow. So, switching gears back to precious metals for a second, just because I'm so proud of this one. I love this one, man. Platinum. Just devastated on a textbook. Perfect. It doesn't get any more perfect than this. This is it, man. This is what can be ushered in. They don't always play out, man, but when they do, this is what can come from it. Too perfect. Major reversals to the downside. So beautiful. Since the pattern completion zone was touched like the Jesus, we're talking in 7 days, 15% drawdown. That's incredible. That is like, there's just nothing better than that, just about, pretty much, right? Like trying to reach target. Oh, I don't know, man. All bets are off right now. This is just such a bad time to, I mean, for longs anyway, right? All these things could be showing an edge. Even in the setup, it's like, None of it matters if Bitcoin dumps, and Bitcoin is dumping. So what does that tell you, man? All right, it's just. I mean, where was everyone? You know, I know, man. Like, you know, we're constantly looking for trades, but they're out there. But like, you know, for instance, really keep an eye on this one. I'm not sure. Like, I don't know if this is gonna finally play out or not. But man, like something like Qualcomm, like, right? It's like in before it bamboozles and rallies the upside. But how could it rally the upside if the Qs keep dumping when we know the Qs have had a technical breakout of the downside or a breakdown? So this Qualcomm has just not broken that neckline yet. It's down 2.86% today. If it breaks that, I mean, you think first stop's 105, and then after that, I mean, there's a gap fill down at like $93. If things are bad, right? Things are real bad for the stocks and equities. This should probably break the neckline. And another one that looks very similar to this is Square. You know, they just had really nice runs up, and now they're just this one bamboozling, right? Where it shows it and then it runs up one more time to kind of double top there. And it dumped today. It's down almost 4%, but you can almost barely even tell, right? Look how high it is. I mean, I know we're in a crazy bullish condition, but isn't this exactly where you want to see head and shoulders develop, dude? Like, we were just looking at natural gas, right? Natural gas is pretty much alt-I. You flip the chart over. This is UNG, okay? So, starting to get tired, man. These high, I mean, think about what Square did. One of the best performers on the whole market since March. In 165 days, appreciated in value 430%. I mean, that's some value. That's some serious value for shorts. Really is. So unless the money printer just starts going burr again, I mean, you can't say it's not a low risk, high reward opportunity, at least to give it a shot before it fails and runs to much higher prices, and it's just like everything's broken, everything's bullcrap, right? Jerome Powell says, it doesn't even matter, man. We're just gonna start buying equities now. Somehow secretly. I don't know, dude. Like Japan. Thanks for the 660 people tuned in. Same 600 people plus from yesterday, and the day before, and the day before, and the day before. Thank y'all. Really appreciate it. Just went live early because market, you know, the price action, right? So I guess we could go back to a commodity like palladium. What's happening on palladium? A big rising wedge pattern, where you had broken out of it, and now you've just merely back tested what was once support as resistance. So you think there could be more downside potential in store for it. Or it had its own insane run where it just wouldn't stop, man. This was the talk of the town in commodities for most of 2019. And then, you know, the huge dump and pump and then dump again, and now you're running up and just kind of hitting some resistance right there, and that was kind of it. There's definitely bearish divergence there, certainly. So you'd think at least 2001 or 13 would be tested, but if we're talking about 100% measured move on this, I mean, you're looking at like 1941 or so. Gross. Why is TA not taught in school? I don't know, man. Most people think it's just tea leaf reading, so let those people think it is. I mean, if there's no edge on the market, right? If there's no edge on the asset, right? It very well could be considered tea leaf reading, right? Like, I kind of feel like I'm doing that when the chart isn't really telling me anything, and we're just plotting like channels and stuff like that. Yeah, it's in an uptrend, sure, higher highs, higher lows, but without that edge, yeah, Oh, maybe ETC hit the, my alert never went off. Did it get there? Oh, it still has not gotten there. Just looking at this S coin, that is, it's still not hit the 78.6% retrace. We're talking the low from March. You are approaching a 78% retrace around $4. You're still not. Where's the selling, man? I mean, why are we trying to show divergence here or something? Kind of weird. I don't care though. I wouldn't be. I mean, I'm not taking a long on ETC. I might not even take a long when it gets to $4. I'm just here plotting it and looking at it. Where this is a pattern that's huge. And how many months is it? How many days? And so far, almost 200 days. 200-day large structure developing. But look at this, how visible it is on the daily, you know, and where it is too, like contextually, like December 2018, February 2019, December 2019, March 2020, like it's getting down to those areas. Those are like low risk areas, right? This is almost exactly the context of where you want to see a harmonic. So yeah, dude, Uniswap. Oh my god, man. Yeah, Uniswap pumped, and I don't think it hit the first target for Bitcoin dump. So yeah, we can look at it real quick. It's on the 60-minute, man. Hold on. Dude, what a joke. What a joke. Yeah, you can't, it happens, man. Like, it was fine, and then Bitcoin says, hey, Uniswap, you're pathetic. You're nothing without Bitcoin. So Bitcoin just had to show that, and that goes for every alt, man. Like, imagine being a moon boy for another altcoin. Like, with all this price action and how it works, I mean, how are people like anything but a Bitcoin maximalist kind of at this point, right? I mean, if you look at the charts and you watch what Bitcoin does, it ushers in every dump for every altcoin, just about, man. So there you go. It started taking off. It was a 60-minute, and the 60-minute can only take you so far, right? It took you up to 535. You didn't even make a 38% retrace before Bitcoin started knocking on the door. So nope, it's time to go. It's time to go. It's still somehow, right, up today, 8.28%. It's crazy. I know. What was it? YFI, man. Come on, let's go, dude. Let's go on YFI. Amazing, dude. You just keep it dumping, dude. Second target's about to be achieved. Remember the 886? You never touched it. You were so close. And now it seems like you're probably going to get there. And at the same time, I mean, it could be a bullish bat like XA, B, C, D. Not sure, man. But look at that, right? Once it hits the second target from the Bearish Dragon breakout, 53% drawdown in price. Imagine owning one YFI. You owned, you know, in September you were at 43,541, and now you're currently at 22,550. Guh. That's right. Nothing escapes the black hole of Bitcoin. It is, in fact, it is certainly the supermassive black hole in every galaxy. It is Bitcoin, and everything revolves around it. And some things get too close to it, and they get torn apart. Remember, man, like, you know, people are a little freaked out, a little disturbed about Bitcoin, but it's like, I thought we had a plan a little bit. We kind of had a plan where it was, we knew where real value could be, where a blessing would be for us. And it was on the weekly, and it was around $8,200. I mean, I thought that was right on the weekly. You know, there's 4 days left, so anything's possible. It could go sideways, whatever, it could bounce. Great. But you're just thinking, man, 50% retrace. That's the bullish 5-0. And it would make so much sense in the current trend we're in. What is the current long-term trend? Bullish, higher lows. Even at your COVID crash lows, you made higher lows than the December 2018 lows. So, I mean, in an uptrend, an extremely large structure It's like a year large. I don't know why that wouldn't be amazing. I mean, maybe we could get lucky and see some daily bullish divergence, 4-hour divergence down there. Maybe something good on the weekly too, right? You're showing negative momentum on the weekly on Bitcoin for the first time since April 20th, 2020. Is that a joint? Yes. That would literally be a joint on a chart, right? Because it was like the whole month of April was 420, right? So just give it time, man. I mean, yeah, it could reverse at any time, but I mean, you got to be logical, rational. Yeah, I mean, and good news is until you fall below that 9950 area, that 9600 area, that's the support where it could bounce. It has bounced. It did bounce 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. And such little demand that now you're already engulfing the previous candle. Good Lord. I don't know, man. It's kind of like a analyze charts too fast, and then it's like, now what, dude? Been live for 42 minutes. We've covered, I don't know. You've got market updates. Just go to Nike. Nike is just insane, dude. I mean, right? Had a great earnings beat and just held on to its gains today. Right? Didn't do anything after it gapped up, really. You know, moved down a little bit, but just kind of closed around where it opened, a couple dollars here and there. So it's still inside its mega channel that, you know, I guess you were able to plot at 1, 2, 3 around June 5th, and it's just stayed the same. So you're near the top. I mean, it's probably a breakaway gap. I mean, a gap like this, such good numbers, all-time highs. It could sell off some and maybe never fill the gap before going higher. So, you know, that's just kind of your notable top gainer of the S&P 500 today. Cool. Oh yeah, there's also the gap on the futures. It's true. Yeah. No, why are people talking about Bitcoin to 4K, man, by October? That is such a dumb, like why? Like, you have to break all the supports below you before you can even talk about that. And sorry, I've gone into too many times all the supports. I mean, I know them on the top of my head. It's like 96 to 99.50, right? And then it's 8,500 to 8,200. Then it's 7,400. Then it's 6,800. Then it's 5,800 to 6,000. And then it's like, yeah, you're screwed after that. That's, yeah. But so you have to break all these supports first. Oh yeah, Link's down like 10% today. That's once you broke $10, man. Correct. Look at this, man. You broke that 896 area. There's really, I mean, there's some local stuff here, but the next real support, strong, I mean, the only real strong support that exists on Link is $5. And yeah, you were showing, I mean, it was kind of like reaching for straws because you don't know, and Bitcoin just keeps dumping. It's going to keep dumping too, especially if it breaks support. And it's very oversold on the 4-hour. Yeah, it is kind of interesting how it's hitting like 1, 2, 3 the channel. It's hitting the bottom of it right now.
Sharing is caring. Have another coffee. Cheers.
Thank you, Cisco Kid, for the 5 euros, man. Okay, have fun, like, buying without an edge. Yeah, dude, sure. Dude, it's like this across the market, man. Yeah, things could have a reflexive rally. But dude, that's so bad. Like, there's no divergence. There's no support on link. Your negative momentum just building now. Okay, you just got to oversold today, right? Down 10.35%. Zcash, really interesting. This is if it breaks $50, it's going to $25, right? I mean, this one to watch was on the weekly. But look at this, man. It's either, you know, going to hold $48 or it's going to break $48 and then it's going to go down to $26 and lose, again, half its value. So, okay. This is the weekly. There's nothing below $48 for, you know, till much lower prices. Litecoin's faring actually kind of, I mean, it's only down 2.79%, which is pretty good. It's still right at that PCZ. So faring really well, really big structure, showing bullish divergence on the 4-hour. Daily also, was it showing? Yeah, maybe a little bit of divergence here, but yeah, Bitcoin keeps dumping. It's screwed, but man, this is something to pay attention to. This is a really strong support area and a really complex pattern. Dang, I'm kind of impressed that it hasn't just fallen apart. Like, look at me, ZRX down 8%, you know, Tesla's down 6%, ONT down 9%, and again, Link's down 10%. And this one's only, it's not even down 3%. That's great. It's my music. Yeah, I really like Coin Stand Steady since it never pumped. Doesn't have much to give back. Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, it's given back literally, I mean, almost everything since June 28th. Thing is, this isn't even the harmonic, right? The 786 was the pattern completion zone. This is just unconventional, and this is just showing a deep retrace, right? That's crazy, man. Tron is not even down 1%. That's nuts. You're kidding. All right, so this is something, all right, and, you know, it could be bullcrap. This is not a harmonic. This is just me doing my own thing, but it is XABCD. It's wave analysis stuff. And where is that last wave? It's had an 88% retrace from that very discernible swing low from August 27th to the high point up around September 3rd. So kind of a falling wedge here. Bullish divergence on both oscillators in the 4-hour and even on the daily. You have hidden bullish divergence along with that. So those are like the variables you're always looking for, whether they play it or not. Sorry, but those are the variables that give you an edge. You know, it gives you a greater than 50% chance of it playing out the way you think it, the way it's implying it would, right?
Noise! Steer clear of the Shark Lounge. Dot. Legend tells a peg-legged pirate hook hard.
What's up, DZAM? Arrgh. Played putt-putt. Not in the Shark Lounge, but somewhere like that. Thank you. Really appreciate the contribution. Good to see you again. Alright, so it's like just some critical thinking here, man. That's all like I'm trying to show here on Tron. It's like the 4-hour and then the daily looks so good, and not only the daily and the 4-hour, that retrace from the daily discernible swing low, right? It's all those things kind of combined that make it interesting. Very, very interesting. I think you could agree with me on that. Unfortunately, you're below, you know, really critical support from Valentine's Day 2020. So I don't know, man. It's the least beaten down asset besides NEO. So a couple of those Chinese S coins the Chinese people holding it up, I guess. Interesting. Yeah, if you're in here and you're enjoying the live stream at all, I guess, the early live stream, hit that like button, that bell, that sub, right? See how many likes we can get, since there's like one person with a bunch of accounts that dislikes every day now. I don't know. They're doing something with their terrible life. They're cool spending it doing that. It's really weird, dude. I'm flattered though that I literally live inside someone's mind rent free like that. Must have hurt their feelings somehow. So now they have a crush. Alright, Tron, man, whatever. Oh yeah, we gotta remember. Does anyone remember Western Digital? Brought this up a few streams ago. And this was actually an example of things we want to see, right? Where we want to see them, right? Like assets just been beaten down, and you're at critical ice lines from history. You're showing the XABCD, and this thing was up 6.72%. It was like your second top gainer, I think, just below Nike. I mean, it's low risk, right? It's not tech. Right? Tech is this. This is tech right now. Everything's kind of like this on tech, you know. And this is tech. Don't get me wrong, computer peripherals, but I'm just saying the cues, right? The collective momentum of tech. This is kind of definitely a lone anomaly in the space. So it did very well today. Who cares, man? Whatever. Alright, dude. So I don't even know what else I can do for y'all. I mean, this is like the way the stream's gonna be until something changes, right? Until things go positive and momentum again. I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna do market updates. We're gonna look at some notable gainers, losers, right? We're gonna look at TA being respected. We're gonna look at TA being disrespected sometimes, right? That's what we're gonna do. And right, I've served my purpose. Like, you literally should be up to date on like most things across all markets today. You want to look at Forex pair just to add to it, I guess. Fine, we'll look at a beautiful one that's been, identified.
XRP?
I guess, man. If you want to look at that trash, we can. Look at this, dude. US dollar to the Swiss franc. Gorgeous. Identified. It was there. Inverse head and shoulders. Hello. And now it's broken out today. Well, I think yesterday it broke out. Yeah, last night it broke out. So beautiful. This is what you want, man. An eventual target of 94 cents or 0.94016. That's the target, man. On US dollar, Swiss franc trading pair. It's beautiful, dude. I mean, it was there. You gotta pay attention, man. You gotta scan. Gotta be cognizant. Momo shifting structure. Boom. But yeah, let's look at XRP. Gross. I mean, it broke critical support. And that's it, dude. It should probably in time see 20.8 cents. Yeah. That's it. 20 cents. The momentum has shifted. And guess what's so sad, dude? It couldn't even make a higher high than its previous high from February. Nope. I guess we're going to daily. Gross. Really gross, man. It's not even really a strong support on the daily. God, man.
Yo, Mitch. Check hashtag memes for a laugh before you go.
Okay, sure. So watch the suit. Memes, huh? A lot of memes, oh my god. Tea leaf TA. Oh, I love it, man. I freaking love it. Don't know how to get that up on the screen. Let's see what I can do. I got this. Yeah, there we go. Here it is. This is what he was posting. This should be in meme of the month. Why memes? There it is. Tea leaf TA. Where we got tea leaves, and it is a harmonic itself, and we have the crystals for the good energies, right? Something, something. I don't even know, dude. I don't know enough about astrology to really do this. Good stuff. Enjoy your tea leaves. Yeah, dude. WDC had a good one, and it was like good value areas, right? It wasn't overbought like crazy. So, I mean, here you go, dude. It's just a big resistance, extremely powerful. That was a target. That was the first target of position trade on XRP, and since then it's done nothing. It has done nothing since it topped out twice in August. And so, yeah, like on the daily, I mean, I guess there is a support at 21.4 cents, but you're probably looking at 20 cents, and then after that, you're 17.4 cents, man. Good luck. Real good luck to you. It looks terrible. Looks terrible. So. Yeah, the dog hates, Diesel hates XRP, I think. Yeah, that's what it was. He was like, get off this chart now. Alright, man, good luck. Good luck. We'll see you probably at 99.50 again. If this is actually going to keep going. If the DXY is going to keep pumping, right? DXY looks beautiful. And some trading pairs. The US dollar, too. Certain trading pairs looks gorgeous, too. So... And then you look at the euro to the US dollar, which is the absolute inverse. My alert went off last night during dinner. Devastated. And all it took was a confirmed partial rise. And now you're about to hit your first target. I mean, or the first level of support at 1.16. Where's that? I guess it's like on the daily I plotted it. Yeah, it's a little off scale right there. There you go. Is it any wonder, man? We get corrections after insane moves like this in Forex? Yeah, it's not crazy. I mean, with Fibonacci the exact same way, actually. From that major swing low to the high. Just like the DXY. And I mean, targets are the same. It's like 50% retrace. And the 618. Let's see. Inverse correlated. Boom. Okay, man, you've been updated. You should know, I mean, like, at least how things are going. So we'll be looking out for the things that we talked about throughout the stream. Been live for an hour on the dot, so thanks for the likes, the love, the support, the contribution, and everything. Okay, Till next time, respect to the TA.